Hello, it seems that we dropped a hat, because, we're playing HuniePop. And as I said, I've been able to, well, I'll be pretty much able to let's play this game at a drop of a hat. But, yeah, about that, I haven't played this game in quite a bit. So I might be a little bit rusty. I normally go as a female, so I think I might actually be a male for this time. Like, actually be my gender. Like, what? But, I guess a few things I can talk about as I go, about, I'll go through the, intro. Here is that, every single episode of this is going to cover a day in a life of this guy in generic town and his quest to slay the boss. But for the first 2 days, the days are going to be much longer as you go through the town finding all the girls, seeing all the girls, and then yeah. And then from day 3 onwards, that's the normal day. But then possibly starting from day 4, 5, things change again, so the norm we don't really get to see the norm as often as you would think. Because I think... yeah, the morning of the next day loops over. Because there's something that I won't spoil right now. Sorry if I'm just skipping over the dialogue from this. It's just a common interest because I've played this game so many times. Fuck. Keep doing it. But, I think what I'll do from that point on is, I will include the next day's morning in, like, for example, I'll include day 6's morning in day 5. But from that point, we start day 6 in the, daytime. I forgot what it was. And here we have, Bejeweled. Yeah, I'll just let Q take this, I guess. But, get used to this. And for now, we have to go with what Q says, even though there's moves that I would rather use or do now. Okay. These ones. So, I've logged about over 30 hours into this game, and I've gotten all but one of the achievements. So, to say I like this game is sort of an understatement, for the most part. I want to check something. Okay. Just have to check something real quick. Because, I have this Steam window is blocking something that might be a little bit important. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna use for a sensor, because we do need... we will need to use a sensor at some point. So I think I might use either a friend's face or the sensor penguin back when we started Honeycam Studio.
Little fairy magic, you'll never actually lose them. So you can use them on your next date too. Is that cool or what? Alright.
So I kind of think it's good timing that I'm playing this game now before
I won't let you fail this one.
Honeycam 2 starts. Oh, Honeycam 2 is a thing. Hopefully most of the girls return from or most of the Honeycam 1 girls return in Honeycam 2. Because the best. Also, I think if we do end up failing a date, what I will do is I will skip the date over and then cut to the event, or like the beginning of the downward spiral. So that way we don't really have, or there won't be as much repetition as there would be, or as there could be, really. So sorry if I like kind of trail off a little bit, because I kind of might need to think about the moves I'm going to make, and also please don't drop like, hey, you should have done X move and to do Y in the comments. Please don't. Like, backseat gaming can be annoying, but backseat gaming when it's completely useless is just like, why would you even, you know?
To access the honeybee, all you have to do is right-click pretty much any time. Or if you're weird, you can use that button at the top of the screen.
I'm not too sure if I want to
break that bad boy open.
So apparently you can get something from Q from sometime, but you can't do it now.
Okay, great. I think that's it for now. Let's get out there and talk to some brides.
We can't do it right now, but we can do it sometime later.
That's what I like to hear. Now if you want to meet a hot chick, you gotta go where the hot chicks
Because I'll just say this now, every girl you see, you can pop their cherry, I guess.
We can check out the university, the mall, the gym, the park, or the nearby cafe. What'll it be?
Okay. Okay, right, there's some destinations that aren't here. Do I want to start off with my favorite, or do I want to end off with my favorite? Because say we start with this, we'll end off in the Dawnwood Park. So I think I want to go with the Nutmeg Cafe.
Good choice, rookie.
And we'll start off with my second favorite.
Alright, ready? Get your game face on.
So I'm not... Yeah, this is what I'll do.
Excuse me, miss? Yeah?
I will only go in 4 dates.
Yeah, so my shift just ended. I'm pretty much out the door.
I'll only go in 4 shifts, 4 dates.
I'm just looking to get a
Because
it only takes a second.
you can't,
More than a second.
or having a successful date on every single date on day 1 is pretty much impossible.
I'm done. Wow.
Or if you can do it, it's just, hats off to you. Okay.
Plot twist.
So sorry for just skipping over the dialogue.
Try to
I'll definitely recommend
No, it's fine.
playing this game for
Thanks for
yourself.
offering, but I'm not sure it would do much good. The nerve of some people, though. I mean, really, is a cup of coffee so much to ask? So sorry to inconvenience you. Have you been waiting here long too?
I'm not entirely sure if we can get a negative.
Service. I have to give you credit though.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure you can't get a negative response from these girls.
Is that
Or
your technique? Hitting on
there's no
girls who
consequences for getting a negative response for the intro.
Okay, now
To
that's
the
what I'm going
intro for the girls.
I'll tell you what, Big Shot. You caught me in a good mood. I normally don't give in so easily, so consider yourself lucky. My name is Lola. Pleasure. If I can get my cab sometime in the next year, maybe we can sit down. I want to hear more about how attractive I am.
Okay.
So, I begin. I the
So what normal people would do is
just bust out.
just wait to you just explain this all. But what girls would normally do is talk with the girl before going on a date with her. I don't really like doing that only because it would be better to
Uh-huh.
it's better to
Damn, I could have breakfast for every
fill up a girl and then go on a date with them. Yeah, that's bad. Guess we go on a date and then ask the questions first. Question second. We just had to come here, didn't we?
I bet I win more than you.
This is my second favorite song in the soundtrack.
Excellent.
Just a fucking coincidence. Although, I will say that, depending on what time it is, there's only a select few locations you can go on a date with the girls on, or two, really. So even though there might be, like, what, a few of them? God, how many locations there are, like, oh, actually.
You're good.
But the game limits it, so there's only a few. And again, that's a good thing, because depending on where you go on a date, the girls will be dressed in a different outfit. And there's normally a theme for each girl. Like, every girl has a swimsuit. I guess every girl has, like, more of a smartly dressed sense, and then they have, of course, the default.
Excellent.
Okay, not too bad. I have a feeling that day one's going to be a little bit longer than normal.
You're a
Probably. Probably should explain this first, or somewhat soonish. Now even. I'm not entirely sure why you would need an info dump here, but where is it? So I'm gonna have these set to random whenever possible.
Yes. My birthday is.
Yeah,
Ask me something about.
you gain honey, or the purple set here is honey,
I graduated with a 4.
and you get honey by talking to the girls
Yes.
and other various things.
You haven't. What?
And then of course you get honey, or money, for which is that,
Baby blue.
or which is the green thing, and
Really.
you can do that to
Head. Shit.
you can buy gifts for the girl.
Drinking coffee.
Okay.
Nobody is more addicted than this girl right here. Yes?
Okay.
I'm 24. Don't you know it's not polite to ask a lady's age?
Okay, should probably also say this. In this series, we're going to be going for 100%, and 100% is all girls to the maximum affection, all the details, the completion maxed out, every style, and of course the photos which we'll get along the way. So, we're going to be doing this for quite a bit. Although, this might be a little bit hard to fill up for right now, but something happens down the line which makes it a cakewalk to finish.
Have a good evening.
Not to mention... Wait, I don't think Honey really does anything for you. Oh wait, no, now I remember what Honey does.
Audrey, can we leave now?
Calm down, Nick. We just got here.
Right.
Just got here. We've been here for at least an hour.
Don't be such a downer.
And apparently I was wrong about the way I thought we were gonna go through the girls. Because this guy right here is my favorite. Not too sure why. And of course, Nikki is a personal favorite of the people.
Seriously? Yeah, I have naturally blue hair. Because that's a thing. There's...
Man.
Well, I'd rather you didn't, so good night.
Don't beat yourself up over.
So apparently this has gone quicker than I
You
thought.
know what? Maybe I would... I'm not... But...
Okay, because this is a game on a PC, I need to do a reset, so I'll go do that now. Hopefully this should be fine to do a reset right now. Hopefully? Well, but if not, I can just quickly cut through this thing and then we'll be fine. So yeah, see you in a bit. Okay. So we did have to go through the introduction scene again, but that's fine, I just skipped over it. Okay, considering that this is apparently the next night or something, we're just gonna do this. Okay. So Nikki's kind of hard. Just take that as you will. Especially when she goes to the Corkscrew Carnival. And it's nighttime, and she's in her pajamas. Outside, so yeah. So I think one thing I should probably again mention is that when it comes to the tokens, each girl has a preference. You can tell by Nikki's blue hair that she prefers talent, which is the blue music note ones. Okay. As well as having a preference, the girls also have a dislike for one, and I'm fairly sure Nikki's is the red. Fairly sure. Again, it has been a little bit since I played this, so we don't really know the things. Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, not too sure about that one. I think much like the Jilt, matching 4 tokens is better than matching 3.
Thank you.
It is possible to match more than 3, or match more than 4, but anything past 4, anything past 5 is pretty difficult. Since I think the highest you can do is 5. Technically 6, but 6 doesn't really count. Nikki isn't being favourable. Ooh. Is there really nothing we can do to lower this down? Like nothing at all? Because this alignment, even though it doesn't look like it, still counts as 4. I mean, that got down a little bit. No, it's the same length. The date's almost over, so it doesn't really matter. That's one thing I find really annoying about this game, is that there's a move that you could easily, or there's a move that you could make that would be amazing, but you have to do so much setup for it, and either the date ends successfully without you doing that move, or it just doesn't. No, it goes poorly. Okay then. It's not the answer. Okay, yeah, right. So girls will also get pissed if you ask them the same question. Okay. It's a little bit weird considering that she works as a barista.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
What's the deal, mate? What's the deal with that? Okay, we did make it to. Maybe it's day 2.
What the fuck? Of course you screwed
That's much longer than normal.
That's exactly what you asked for. Are you joking?
Bitch, do I look like a
Or maybe it has something to do with where you go initially.
You're fucking
Anyway,
always cut your nasty ass hair.
nasty ass?
we have
Don't even. Look who's talking.
a bit of dispute that we walked into. So I think I'm just gonna leave it here.
Smoke, okay?
Next time we'll get into this a little bit more.
Get knocked up or something?
So until then,
Down and walk away.
that's when I'll see you.